So it's no secret that I'm quite a big Borderlands fan, and now we are 70 days away from the release of Borderlands 4. And so I thought, to commemorate this exciting time while waiting for Borderlands 4 to come out, I'm gonna try and kill a raid boss every single day until Borderlands 4 comes out. So this is another day of killing one raid boss a day until Borderlands 4 releases. Let's get into it. And today we are back in Borderlands 3 fighting another raid boss. And before we actually do jump into this raid boss, I just wanted to clarify a few things. Now, even in Borderlands 3, a lot of the raid boss enemies do not actually have the invincible in their title, like what we were accustomed to in Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2. They all had the invincible tagline. Now, there are still some enemies in Borderlands 3 that share this tagline. However, there are a bunch of raid boss level enemies, like the Trials of Survival and all those sort of trials that we've been doing. Those are all raid boss style enemies. Now, the Wikipedia, which might not be the most reliable source, but says that a raid boss are specialized bosses of significant higher difficulty than normal bosses, designed to be fought by multiple players simultaneously, possibly with specialized strategy or equipment. Raid bosses are optional encounters and need not be defeated or even fought to complete the main stories of the game they appear in. However, some award achievements when killed. And so what this means is that a bunch of quote-unquote hidden raid boss level enemies in Borderlands 3 that we are also taking down for this series, because it is going to give us quite a few more enemies to fight, and if they've got health balls as gigantic as some of these, then they definitely class as raid boss enemies. And today we are back in Borderlands 3. I think I'm going to play Amara again today to take out another raid boss, and we are heading over to one of our murder mysteries for Ava to fight the SEER. So we need to head over to Desolation's Edge for this one, which is going to be all the way over in Nekotafeo. Desolation's Edge. Well, actually, we can teleport straight there. We need to go to the Squire's Crypt, is actually where we need to go to fight the SEER all the way at the end of it. And while, like I mentioned before, the SEER doesn't technically have the invincible at the end of his name, this guy is actually representing 10.6 billion HP, which single-handedly makes him literally one of the healthiest bosses in all of Borderlands 3, well, all of Borderlands, you know, to begin with, because Borderlands 3's scaling is definitely the most out of everyone. But yeah, this boss has just absolutely insane amount of HP, meaning it is 100% going to qualify for a raid boss. And while the murder mysteries were hosted by Ava, and that was never anyone's favorite decision, there are actually some massive lore implications that are very interesting to do with this murder mystery thing. So, you know, it is pretty interesting if you want to read up on it and look a bit more into it. But yeah, it's probably the best story there is in Borderlands 3, but it is obviously narrated by Ava, and well, we all know what we think about Ava. So yeah, anyway, let's head all the way through this area and down to the SEER to fight probably one of the hardest bosses in all of Borderlands 3, and it's not even called a raid boss because, well, it is called a raid boss, but it's not called the Invincible because for some unknown reason they just decided to do away with that naming system, which I still can't personally understand. I always liked the idea of, you know, the Invincible being your classic raid boss thing, but obviously they wanted to change it up a little bit in Borderlands 3, and I'm hoping in Borderlands 4 they actually swap it back, and so we have things called the Invincible once again, because, you know, I liked it. It was cool. It was cool. So, yeah, all the way across here. And over to the end. It is quite a long way through, but not too bad. And just down here, we're going to have the SEER. So, first of all, the build, we are playing melee Amara, because while this is technically the raid boss with the most HP, I'm going to show you just how ridiculous Amara is with her melee stuff. We're going to put a shock fish slap on to begin with, because he does have large shock phases, and we'll put on our Unleash the Dragon relic for melee, spiritual driver, which has more melee and some bonuses as we're moving faster, rad shield, and of course the face puncher with the guardian angel as well. And let's just chuck a fish slap at this guy and just, yeah, see the damage. Can I just, if I hit it from here? I missed it. Damn it. There we go. Oh, look. 10 billion HP. Oh. He lived on like one tick. Can I hit you? There you go. Well, yeah, so that was 10 billion HP. Yeah, melee armor really is just absolutely disgusting, and for sure the end game of Borderlands 3 is definitely not the most balanced thing in the world, shall we say. So yeah, there it is, another day, another raid boss defeated, this time the Seer with a boatload of HP, but no match for our Amara setup. Wow, look at this one. Roll reversal. Look at all those grenades, dude. I'll pick it up, why not? It's an interesting relic. It's not a very good one, but it's definitely interesting. So, yeah, there it is. There is a link to my Discord in the description down below, and all that good stuff. Be sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, we push closer and closer to Borderlands 4 with every single raid boss defeated, and that is another raid boss down. So, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you on the next raid boss. To be honest, we're probably going to have to dip our toes into Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is every single raid boss in Borderlands 1, 2, pre-sequel, and 3 completed so far, and we still have over 70 days left to go. So let's fight some of these guys again and try some more interesting strategies to take them out. So yeah, thanks for watching, take care, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.